This is a Nitro Tech review of the Acer Iconia Tab. This is the A200 version, which is a downscaled version of the A500, which was released earlier this year. So this has been released in Australia and New Zealand at the end of 2011 and is due for worldwide release in 2012. It's got the Tegra 2, it's the dual-core 1 GHz processor, 8 GB of flash memory in this one, although there is a 16 GB version. It comes in two different color shades as well. It's got a gigabyte of RAM. It's got a 2 megapixel front-facing camera, a GPS. It's also got Wi-Fi B, G and N, only at 2.4 gigs though. It's got Bluetooth 2.1 plus EDR. It's got a micro SD slot as well, and it's got a couple of batteries to keep you running most of the day as well. So first of all, let's just take a bit of a look around the tablet itself. You've got some Acer branding down the bottom. You've got some Acer Iconia Tab branding at the top. You've also got a 2 megapixel front-facing camera. It's only a front-facing camera. There's no rear camera on this device. So let's take a look around the side, and you've got a power switch, you've got a headphone jack, micro USB connector, you've got a USB full-size slot, and also under here is a micro SD slot as well, up to 32 gigabytes, so you can expand it out. You've got a volume rocker, you've also got the lock switch to lock it into portrait or landscape, and also you've got the microphone there as well. On the back of the device, you've got some Acer branding, and also you've got the speakers down the bottom there as well. On this side of the device, you've just got the power socket, and down the bottom of the device there is nothing. So that's it. That is your Iconia Tab, the Acer A200. So let's first of all turn it on, and we'll just take a bit of a look at the lock screen. So with the lock screen, you can go directly to a number of different functions, as you can on a number of HTC devices. So we'll just lock it over to the desktop, and I've got a lock pin code there, so we'll just turn that on, and away we go. So we're in, and here we are. This is the home screen. That's the main home screen there, and obviously we've got 5 different home screens that we can put anything we want, widgets, applications, etc. That's pretty much how it came from Acer. I've just added a few little applications to it. So there's this little widget here which has got your time and your information on weather for your particular area as well. Having the GPS in this is great because obviously you can use Google Maps to navigate around, and also some of that kind of locality functionality is available in this as well. So you can hit the button, and you can put widgets on your home screens, applications, etc. So it's all there and available for you to use. You've got the back button, the home button, and obviously this is going to switch between different windows. So that's the ability to use that. You've got a Google search, you've got a voice search in there as well. The app drawer is available at the top, and that slides on kind of a landscape configuration rather than kind of up and down portrait view that we've seen on most Android phones. And if you're looking at this and seeing it's looking quite smooth, it is. It feels quite smooth. Initially when I started it up, I thought, oh, this is a bit choppy, but it does settle down after it's had the chance to load in all of its applications and bits and pieces, and I've found it to be particularly smooth after that's happened. So one of the other things that's different to a lot of other devices is that you've got this little button here from Acer. And when you first start it up, you can just go straight to any of the bookmarks that you've got inside of the browser, and it'll just take you straight there. You can also take screenshots, turn the volume up and down, and go to other various places. And you can set all these shortcuts up via the settings tab in your applications as well. The email application, I've got 3 different inboxes. This is a combined view here, and you can see the different colors for where the emails have come from. But you can go through the various emails and do the things that you would normally do. And I guess it's great to have a little bit more screen real estate than what you do on the likes of an Android phone. LumiRead is a book reading functionality, and you can get your PDFs to come up in this particular view as well. This is one I downloaded for the Xbox 360, just looking at media extension, and that comes up just fine in the LumiRead program as well. So not only just for the EPUB books, but also for the PDF files as well. They come up straight in LumiRead. Gallery is just standard. The YouTube application, you've got a bit of a carousel view with that, so that's slightly different to what you get on your Android phone. So, you know, again, a nice little bit of functionality that's built into Honeycomb as well. So it has got Honeycomb on it at the moment, and it's due for an ice cream sandwich upgrade in January, so we'll look forward to that. Take you through some of the browser stuff, because the browser is obviously going to be one of the most important things, and obviously a lot of the differences between this and the likes of the iPad is in the browser, and particularly in its kind of Flash implementation as well. So let's take you to some of the pages. First of all, we'll go to Stuff, which is a news website here in New Zealand, and I've set it up so it goes straight to the desktop view rather than going to the mobile version of the site. And as you can see, it's reasonably fluid. It is trying to make the page up as it goes down, but that's quite fluid. I'll just do a bit of pinch to zoom, and you know, it's not too bad in terms of its pinch to zoom. Sometimes it gets itself a little bit confused because it's trying to reformat the page as we go. I will take you just quickly to Sydney Morning Herald site, because on the Sydney Morning Herald site they put a bit of Flash video on there as well. And with the Flash video that's here, obviously you can view it straight in the browser. Now this is taking a wee while to load, because you can set this browser up so it won't load Flash automatically. It'll load it on demand, but I've got it set to load everything at this stage as I do a bit of testing on the device. So here's some Flash video that's built into this web page, and obviously what happens is it downloads the Flash application that it wants to view it in, and then, you know, away we go. And we can expand that out into full screen view as well. So, you know, again, this is functionality that you're just not going to get on the likes of your iPad. It's something that's specific to Android tablets, and it gives you the ability to be able to view that Flash video. Things like TVNZ on demand for those people in New Zealand, TV3 on demand, I've checked all of that and that works fine. So you can view your programs in full screen here on the tablet with the Flash browser, and that works just fine. So here we are with the bookmarks. It's easy to add extra bookmarks to it as well, and you know, you can add the things that you need to go to specifically and really quickly as well. It does get a little bit confused with whether it's a mobile browser or a desktop browser, even though I've changed it to desktop configuration. And again, you know, we don't have a lot of Flash on this particular page, so it tends to view it reasonably well and reasonably quickly. So in terms of the browser implementation, I'm pretty happy with how that goes. The market too, when you're in the market, obviously one of the things that you get to see is some of the tablet applications, which potentially you know, you may be interested in now that you've got a tablet. So here's the staff pick for tablets, and it just gives you the ability to look at those applications that are specifically made for tablets. There are some that aren't, obviously, and if I just take you to the app drawer, and one that you probably use reasonably regularly to check your speed is the speed test application, and you know, there's not a Honeycomb version of that. That's just a standard kind of Android phone application. Still works perfectly well, but obviously not formatted for the device. I wanted to just show you one of the things that you can do with this device as opposed to a lot of others, and that's use its USB functionality. So one of the first things that we'll do, I just happen to have a USB mouse here, so we'll just plug that into the side, and as I say, it's one of those things that a lot of devices don't have, but this one here does. So now you're seeing a mouse pointer, and we're moving around, and we can do whatever we want to with that. So we can just click on that and do what we want to do. So it's great to have that functionality, and you can plug in a keyboard, or you can plug in all of those kind of things that you want to make your device kind of more of a desktop or laptop kind of experience. So pretty happy with that, and obviously you can use Bluetooth keyboards and mice as well. I wanted to just quickly show you this as well, which is you know, imagine being at a meeting, somebody's brought along a USB stick. Well, you've got an iPad, that's going to be no use to you at all. But with this, of course, we can just plug in a USB stick into the side, and we can use the file manager, and I just downloaded the free file manager here. This is File Manager HD, and if I just go to storage here it is. That's everything that's on this particular device, and I can watch movies or whatever I want to. This particular one happens to be a PDF file, so we'll just open up that PDF now, and there it is, and that is the PDF that we've got on that stick. So heaps more functionality than what you get on a lot of other devices, so we're pretty happy with that as well. There's obviously a notification side of things down here as well, so you can see all the bits and pieces that are happening with your particular device. Overall, we're really happy with the speed of this device. It's 8 gigabytes, which is probably going to be enough just to do kind of basic functions. But the great thing is that you've got a micro SD card slot in there as well, so you can expand it out with up to 32 gigabytes of extra space too. Implementations like Dropbox, really good with the Quick Office application here, so that you can save things in the cloud, and they're available on all your other devices as well. Its browser works very well, its Flash implementation is good, and obviously you can watch videos on it as well. In terms of HD stuff, I haven't had a chance to play a lot of HD stuff on it at the moment. It seems to play YouTube HD videos just fine, but in terms of whether it'll play them off your USB stick in HD, just not 100% sure on that at the moment. There seems to be a little bit of debate as to whether the Acer devices are really up to that kind of spec. Viewing SD videos though, and it doesn't seem to need any codecs for AVI files for DivX stuff, so it seems to do very well. Certainly would recommend it at the right price point. I guess that's the big thing with all of these devices. The price point that it hits will determine whether it's a success or not. So this at the moment is retailing in Australia for $349, and in New Zealand it was on special for Boxing Day specials at $399, but generally I would be saying you'd be looking at over $500 for this particular device, which is getting a little bit pricey, but if it can stay under that $500 price point, it's probably a bit of a winner. So that is it, the Acer Iconia Tab. It's the A200. That's the Nitro Tech review.